Welcome to Colonize the Ocean podcast, where we discuss oceanic colonization, exploration, and education with your hosts Adam Jewell and Brendan Traxler.
It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? I mean, a world where we don't just visit the ocean floor, but actually make it our home.
Yeah, like living there.
Yeah.
Weeks, months, maybe even, permanently.
Totally submerged structures, marine life just outside your window,
Yeah.
all beneath the waves.
It sounds, straight out of the science fiction, definitely. But this idea, these human underwater habitats, it's very much part of our history and, well, a huge ambition for the future, too.
Absolutely. So today we're taking a real deep dive into this incredible journey of human underwater habitats.
And we're not just talking submersibles,
Yeah.
right? The kind that pop down and come back up.
No, exactly. These are engineered structures, actually designed to support human life, under the sea for long stretches. It's this amazing mix of marine science, really advanced engineering, and, well, just pure human exploration.
And we've gathered quite a bit for you today. Insights from historical accounts, some pretty detailed research papers, even some really out there conceptual designs.
Yeah, it lays out this whole extraordinary progression.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today is to sort of unpack why. Why has humanity been so driven to live underwater? What incredible things have actually been achieved over the years?
And what the future might hold, for these submerged outposts.
Right. We think these environments, they offer this surprising shortcut, a way to understand our drive to explore really extreme places.
And how it connects, maybe unexpectedly, to frontiers even beyond Earth.
Okay, let's get into it then. The story really seems to kick off in the 60s and 70s.
Yeah, that period saw this explosion of interest in living underwater.
And the Cold War context, that definitely played a part, didn't it?
Oh, for sure. It wasn't just pure science. There was military strategy, testing psychological endurance too, isolation, pressure.
And when you think of that era, I mean, Jacques-Yves Cousteau, he looms large. He spearheaded some truly groundbreaking stuff with his Conshelf projects.
He really did. What's fascinating about Cousteau is just how fast his team scaled things up.
So Conshelf back in '62, that was the first one.
Yeah, relatively modest start. Just 2 Aquanaut, that's what we call undersea explorers, kind of like astronauts.
Aquanauts.
So 2 of them, 1 week, only 10 meters deep in the med. It was basically, proof of concept. Can we make the life support work?
And then, bang, the next year they jump way ahead.
Yeah, Conshelf II off Sudan, multiple modules this time, 6 Aquanauts down at 10 and 30 meters.
Wow. Already doing experiment.
With marine life. But Conshelf III in 65, that was maybe the most extreme.
How deep was that one?
100 meters near Nice in France. Aquanauts spent 3 whole weeks down there.
3 weeks at 100 meters. That's intense.
Totally. Really pushing human endurance, using special gas mixtures, saturation diving.
Saturation diving. That's where they live under pressure constantly, right? To avoid decompressing all the time.
Exactly. Avoids those long, repetitive decompression stops. You just do one big one at the very end.
Okay, so while Cousteau's doing all this, the U.S. Navy's got its own thing going on.
Right. Parallel efforts. The SEALAB program. They were also heavily focused on saturation diving, deep sea exploration for, military and scientific goals.
So SeaLab first. When was that?
64 off Bermuda. It was meant for 21 days, but they had to pull the plug early.
Whoa.
Tropical storm hit, cut it short at 11 days. Weather's always a factor, even deep down.
Right. And SeaLab 2.
That was 65 off California. That one supported longer missions, 28 days.
Now, wasn't there an astronaut involved in SeaLab 2? That seems kind of unusual.
Yeah, Scott Carpenter, an actual Mercury astronaut. He was down there testing tools, procedures.
Stuff relevant for space missions.
Absolutely. The parallels were just uncanny. Working in a hostile alien environment, relying on life support. It made perfect sense.
That link between ocean and space exploration, it keeps popping up.
It's a really vital theme. But SeaLab III, that one ran into trouble.
What happened there?
Deployed in 69, way deeper, 185 meters. But they had major technical problems.
And tragically.
Yeah. Tragically, Aquanaut Barry L. Cannon died during operations. And that That essentially led to the program being shut down.
A really stark reminder of the dangers involved.
Immense risks, yeah. Pushing those kinds of frontiers isn't easy.
But the effort didn't stop there. We had the Tektite projects next.
Right, Tektite IN2. This was a collaboration, NASA, the Navy, Department of the Interior, down in the U.S. Virgin Islands.
And Tektite, I set some kind of record.
It did. 1969, 4 scientists lived underwater for 60 days straight, a new endurance record at the time.
60 days. And Tektite, too.
That was actually a whole series of missions, and it went beyond just the engineering side.
How so?
Well, famously, it included the very first all-female Aquanaut team.
Really? That's fantastic.
Yeah, led by Dr. Sylvia Earle. They were specifically looking at human factors, gender dynamics, how teams behaved under pressure in that kind of isolated extreme place.
So it broadened the focus. Not just could people survive, but how did they live and work together down there?
Exactly. The psychology of long missions became just as important as the physiology.
So if you look back at that whole pioneering era, the 60s and 70s,
Yeah.
what's the biggest thing they achieved? What foundation did they lay?
Well, it's not just what they did, but maybe how fast they did it. These, really audacious experiments, they quickly built this foundational blueprint
A blueprint for
how humans could potentially survive, maybe even thrive, in any extreme isolated environment. The protocols they figured out, life support, pressure, food, mental health, those lessons went way beyond the ocean.
You mean lessons applicable even to space habitats?
Directly. It was almost like a dress rehearsal in some way.
Okay, so moving on. The 80s and 90s arrive, and the big government money, like for SeaLab, it starts to dry up.
Yeah, that initial sort of Cold War-fueled enthusiasm waned a bit.
So did the whole idea of underwater living just fade away then?
Not at all. It just changed form. The private sector, research institutions, they kind of stepped into the gap.
Ah, okay. Refining the tech, finding new uses.
Exactly. More niche applications. The focus shifted towards maybe more sustainable projects, often on a smaller scale.
Like HydroLab. I remember reading about that one. Run by NOAA.
Yep, HydroLab. In the Bahamas, ran until the mid-'80s. It became this really vital platform specifically for marine biology, coral reef studies.
Good location for it.
Perfect location. And it had a modular design, lots of academic partnerships, a different model.
And then there's MarineLab down in Florida. That one's still going, isn't it?
It is. Marine Resources Development Foundation runs it in Key Largo, one of the oldest continuously operating habitats.
Wow. What's it used for mainly?
A lot of education, training, shorter science dives. It really shows a model for, long-term sustainability without needing those massive government budgets.
And then there's the really quirky one, La Chalupa. Started as research.
Yeah.
Ended up as a hotel.
The underwater hotel. Jules Undersea Lodge. Yeah, what a pivot, right?
Seriously. It's like 1 minute you're studying fish migration, the next you're fluffing pillows. How does that even work?
Yeah. Well, it just highlights these alternative commercial paths. People actually scuba dive down to get into their rooms.
You scuba dive to check in. That's unique.
It merges recreation with the whole undersea living idea. It proved the concept had, broader appeal, not just hardcore science.
So this whole shift from those huge early projects to smaller, more adaptable uses, even tourism.
Yeah.
What does that tell us?
I think it shows a crucial turning point. When the big government funding faded, the drive didn't die, it just got creative.
Found new ways to survive.
Exactly. It adapted to practical needs, commercial interest. It proved sustainability wasn't just about budget size, but about finding clever ways to make it work, make it accessible.
Okay, let's fast forward a bit then, connected to today. Aquarius Reef Base, operational since the 90s, still going.
And it's the only one left, right? The only currently operational long-duration undersea research facility anywhere in the world.
Why has Aquarius endured when others didn't? What's its secret?
Well, its location is key. 9 kilometers offshore, Florida Keys, 62 feet down, right near these amazing coral reefs.
Perfect for studying reefs, then.
Absolutely ideal. For ecology, environmental studies. It's plugged right into a critical scientific need. Its adaptability over the years has also been crucial.
And then there's the NASA connection. The NEMO program. NASA Extreme Environment Mission Operations. That sounds serious.
It is. And it's incredibly cool.
How direct is that training link? Living underwater to prepare for, say, Mars?
Oh, it's surprisingly direct. Aquarius simulates so many conditions astronauts face in space.
Like what?
Extreme isolation, for one, working under constant pressure, relying completely on your life support systems, even a kind of simulated microgravity because of the buoyancy.
Ah, right, the feeling of weightlessness?
Sort of, yeah. So NEMO missions use Aquarius to train astronaut crews, teamwork, handling equipment, running emergency drills, stuff you just can't fully replicate on the surface.
So it really is this bridge between exploring oceans and exploring space.
A vital link, definitely.
But it's not just about space prep. It's doing real-world climate science, too.
Oh, absolutely. That's maybe its primary day-to-day function now.
What kind of insights can you get from down there that you can't get from, a boat on the surface?
Continuous long-term data. Researchers can live down there with the reef, monitor its health 24/7, track biodiversity changes minute by minute, run experiments directly on the seafloor for weeks or months.
So it's the duration that makes the difference.
Exactly. You get much richer data on climate change impacts, ocean acidification, coral bleaching, things that happen over time, not just during a quick dive. It's a truly integrated science platform.
The fact that Aquarius has lasted so long, used by so many different fields, that says something important, doesn't it?
It really does. It shows the power of that integrated approach. It's moved beyond just exploration to being this vital tool for understanding Earth and preparing for space. It proves the value and, well, the longevity possible. It's become a blueprint.
Okay, so looking ahead now, imagining tomorrow, there seems to be this renewed buzz around underwater habitats.
Yeah, driven by new tech, but also growing concerns about, ocean sustainability, climate change.
Resource scarcity too, maybe?
For sure. All feeding into some incredibly ambitious new designs.
Like SeaOrbiter. That sounds intriguing. Jacques Rougerie?
Yeah, the French architect. SeaOrbiter is designed as this vertical research vessel, part above water, part below. And it would just drift with the currents.
Like a floating, drifting science station.
Kind of. With labs, living quarters, both above and below the waterline. It's still in development, a complex project, but it represents that move towards semi-permanent mobile ocean presence.
And then there's the really, futuristic one from Japan, Ocean Spiral.
Oh, yeah. Shimizu Corporation?
Yeah.
That one's, wow.
Describe it for us. It sounds wild.
It's envisioned as this enormous spiral structure. Starts with a floating dome on the surface, and the spiral goes down, connecting to a base on the seabed, like 3,000 or 4,000 meters deep.
Meters? That's incredibly deep. What's the point?
It's designed to do everything. Harness energy from the ocean, manage waste, mine deep-sea resources, support a self-sustaining population.
A whole city, basically. Sounds almost impossible. Is it just sci-fi?
Well, it's incredibly ambitious, no doubt. But the concepts draw on real advanced engineering ideas, materials science, 3D printing for construction, using ocean thermal energy.
So grounded in some reality, even if it's way out there.
Exactly. It pushes the boundaries of what we think is feasible now, but it's not pure fantasy. These are, long-term, maybe generational visions.
Okay. And then there's Project Proteus.
Yeah.
That's Fabien Cousteau, right?
Yeah,
Jacques' grandson.
that's him. Carrying on the family legacy, you could say.
And Proteus is envisioned as what?
He calls it the underwater equivalent of the International Space Station.
Okay, big claim. What does that mean practically?
It means a larger, more permanent, more capable research station than Aquarius. Planned to host maybe 12 researchers at a time.
With better facilities.
Yeah, drones, wet labs, dry labs, even maybe greenhouse pods for growing food down there. Real-time links back to the surface. They're targeting the Caribbean for deployment, building partnerships already.
So taking the lessons from Aquarius and scaling them up significantly.
Pretty much. Making long-term undersea research more accessible, more collaborative for more scientists.
And we still see the commercial dream popping up too, right? Luxury underwater hotels.
Oh yeah, that idea persists. You had the Poseidon Undersea Resort planned for Fiji, though I don't think it ever got fully built.
Right, I remember hearing about that one. Lots of hurdles.
Massive engineering and financial challenges. But you do have existing places with underwater suites or restaurants, like in the Maldives or Dubai.
Are those just expensive novelties, or do they actually help advance the tech?
They're mostly novelties, sure, but, in a subtle way, maybe they do help. They push underwater construction methods, life support for non-divers, visitor safety.
Driven by different needs than science, maybe?
Exactly. And they help normalize the idea of being underwater, right? Make it seem less alien, could spur interest, maybe even investment down the line.
So these future concepts, from SeaOrbiter to Proteus to Ocean Spiral, they're powerful visions, even if some are a long way off. What's the main takeaway?
I think it shows this incredibly strong vision, this renewed drive to tackle big global challenges, resources, climate by expanding human presence.
Moving beyond just exploring the ocean to actually inhabiting it.
Yes. Inhabiting our planet's biggest, still largely unknown, frontier.
Okay, so we've covered this amazing journey, daring past, the present with Aquarius, these mind-bending future ideas. But let's bring it back to you, listening right now. Why does all this actually matter? Why should we care about living under the waves?
Well, we touched on it, but that link to space is huge. Undersea stations are just unparalleled training grounds.
For deep space missions, lunar bases.
Exactly. Simulating the isolation, the reliance on tech, the procedures, it directly helps prepare astronauts for the moon, for Mars, for beyond. The ocean really is a training ground for space. It makes that connection tangible for you.
And beyond space, back here on Earth, climate science, conservation.
Imagine what continuous monitoring could do. Habitats acting as permanent observatories.
Early warnings for ocean acidification, tracking biodiversity long-term.
Precisely. With permanent sensors, AI helping analyze data, they could become absolutely essential climate observation posts, giving you real-time, sustained insights into the health of our planet's most critical ecosystem.
And the habitats themselves will get smarter.
Oh, definitely. The future involves AI managing life support, robots doing maintenance, built-in health checks for the crew.
Reducing the risk and the workload for the humans down there.
Right, and maybe modular designs too. Habitats you can assemble quickly, reconfigure for different missions, making them more adaptable, scalable.
And then you get to the really big, maybe controversial ideas. Permanent colonies. Seasteading.
Yeah, those are definitely out there. Logistically, politically, hugely complex.
But people are seriously exploring these ideas. Submerged cities, floating nations.
Techno-utopians, certainly. It pushes the whole definition of human settlement, testing our boundaries here on Earth before we even seriously look at other planets.
Which raises a big question.
It does. What are our responsibilities when we expand like this? The ocean holds so many keys for Earth's future, maybe for our future beyond Earth. But it's a frontier demanding immense respect. Careful stewardship is crucial.
So we've gone from those daring, often military-backed experiments in the 60s
to the niche applications, the educational uses,
to sophisticated science platforms like Aquarius today.
and on to these bold, almost science fiction concepts for tomorrow.
Manned underwater habitats, they've really evolved, haven't they? From pure exploration tools.
To potentially indispensable tools for science, education, maybe even our future survival.
They haven't quite reached the level of, say, the International Space Station yet. Not that kind of ubiquity.
No, not yet. But it seems clear, doesn't it? As our technology gets better, as worries about the planet grow, these underwater outposts might become not just more common, but actually essential.
So here's something for you to think about. What kind of unexpected insights might we gain from actually living beneath the waves? About ourselves, about human adaptation.
About our relationship with the ocean, Earth's most vital system.
And maybe even clues about how we might build a future, out there on other planets, what new challenges, what new opportunities arise when we finally truly call the deep home.